Hello everybody, I'm BrutalDevon with the People's Champ, and this is all about Risk of Rain 2. We recently picked it up, and wow, what a blast! In this video, we're going to talk all about the game, what you could expect from it, and give you some closure if you're on the fence about grabbing it for yourself. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell notification to stay up to date. Where to start? It's a roguelike 4-player co-op, third-person, action-packed shooter developed by Hopoo Games and published by Gearbox Publishing.
For some of you who don't know what roguelike is, roguelike games is a genre where you fight through various stages, getting stronger by gaining experience, skill, and ability to overcome multiple challenges. Most have permadeath, and once you do die, you unlock more items and tools that will help you get farther in future runs.
It's fast-paced, tons of fun with options for you to play the way you like to. First off, you have options on which class you start with, each with their own styles of killing baddies, and skills that add a lot of pow to how you completely obliterate these monsters standing in your way. Characters are unlocked by simply playing the game, and all can be unlocked within 4 hours of play. As you play the game, you will find items that improve your character in a multitude of ways. You like to run fast? You can do that. You want to attack really fast? You can do that. Do you want to deploy turrets that kill everything in sight while shooting rockets, attaching sticky bombs to enemies, healing all allies in range, while blocking almost every attack? You can do that. This game is great. These are items that give you an extra ability to help buffer you or slaughter the hordes of enemies that stand in your way.
Let's talk about the survivors that you can choose from, starting with
Commando. This starter survivor is your vanilla sort of Swiss Army knife. Dual-wielding pistols, dodge-rolling dangerous attacks, shooting a powerful penetrating shot, and pew-pewing down groups of enemies with a stunning slew of bullets. As your first few rounds we played with the Commando, they serve as a platform to learn the game's mechanics while still being relevant at higher difficulties.
Multi is an interesting little robot. Though slow-moving, he has two different firing types, the rapid-firing auto nail gun and the piercing, glass jaw-breaking rebar puncher. Since he has two firing modes, a very cool ability of his is to be able to hold on to two equipment items rather than just one like everybody else. This could be a game changer, whether it be having two different items at your mercy, or two of the same and holding your resolve, like two Form Fruit for double healing, or the double backup for a bigger fleet of drones at your back.
Huntress. The Huntress is probably my favorite character. She's super quick, very mobile, and has a lot of fun abilities. She uses a bow and shoots homing arrows at her targets. Her attacks feel a little slow to begin with, but as you get more items, she really picks up. Her arrow rain allows her to quickly dodge attacks by teleporting vertically and then designating a spot to rain arrows down at the bad guys. It's pretty sweet. She's also the only character that can sprint and shoot at the same time, making specific items that boost run speed super effective on her. Another must-have would be the Rose Buckler, an item which actually increases your armor while running.
The Engineer is very different from the others. He doesn't have mobility, no fast attack speed, so he relies on his tactful abilities, pressure mines, Bulbo Shield, and the TR-12 Gauss auto turrets. He can only have a maximum of 2 turrets deployed at a time, but that is more than enough when you share all of your items with your turret buddies. You can build your turrets in so many ways: attack speed focused, a crit, glass cannon, explosive bullets, and more. One of my favorite ways to build them is having a collection of bustling fungus, put them side by side, and let them unleash havoc with incredible self-healing.
Artificer, the mage class of Risk of Rain 2. She's a little bit clunkier as she has no escape mechanic, but instead places a wall of ice that actually freezes enemies, enabling you and your allies to shatter foes after weakening them to a certain health threshold. Her primary attack is a set of 3 fireballs that recharge over time. These pack a wall up, but will be on cooldown for a while after use, so accuracy is key. Her right click, it's awesome. It's a charge-up energy blast that shoots nearby targets with bolts of lightning while slowly floating through the air. When it inevitably connects, it stuns enemies in the area for massive damage. Boom, pow, yeah!
The Mercenary is so far the only melee character in the game, but the advantage is his high mobility. Blinding Assault allows you to dash forward, stun, deal damage, but if you hit an enemy, you gain another charge up to a total of 3. Along with a built-in double jump, his Eviscerate renders you invulnerable during the animation, dashing forward a bit and dealing continuous damage to the nearest enemy. This by far is one of the trickiest characters to handle. By him being melee, he's often open to a lot of attacks, but once you master his abilities, he can indeed be a force to be reckoned with. If it gets too easy for you, or maybe you're not getting far enough and want to last longer, there are 3 levels of difficulty. The easy mode Drizzle, normal mode Rainstorm, and the intense mode Monsoon. The names of these difficulty levels are no joke when it comes to how it defines what you will be facing. Drizzle mode is something one can laugh about, but Monsoon will throw you around and toss you right over.
It's a battle of attrition. The longer you play, the harder it gets. This is communicated nicely through an eerie difficulty slider near the top right of the screen. Starting at easy and slowly working its way up to it can be a bit unsettling the first time you see it, but just know that it may look like you've hit the hardest mode, but it does keep getting harder the longer you stay in. The key is to be quick and efficient with your clearing, as you don't want to lose too much time diddle-dallying around. Prismatic Trials is a challenge mode competing with other players online for the fastest time. This contains an identical game world for all players, which changes on a regular basis. It says the top 10% of players will be rewarded with literally nothing for now. So sure, you don't get any tangible rewards, but you do get bragging rights. Once you've completed a trial, your time will be posted on a leaderboard with your rank to compare with your friends.
Next, we'll talk a little bit about the logbook. It's your archive of items, equipment, monsters, environment, survivors, and a list of challenges. The item and equipment tab shows you each of what they do, by how much in terms of points or percentages and how much they stack. You will unlock their information by obtaining them in-game for the first time. The monster and environment tabs both give a little in-depth information about them, how the monster's stats increase per level, how many you've destroyed, and how many times they ended you. The environment offers the same kind of stats. This time, it's how often you visited the level and the total times you've cleared it. The survivor tab does the same. Max health, damage, speed, your longest run with them, how many times you play with them, and even a pick percentage between them and the others. The challenge tab is your main source for knowing how to get more items. By completing each challenge, you will unlock its corresponding item, which allows you to find it in-game.
Items. So many items. They all vary in rarity, some common, some rarer. You get items from chests you pay for with currency dropped by enemies, killing bosses, among a few other ways, like sacrificing one item for another. Some items will fit better on certain survivors than others. I recommend finding a character you like and work with your friends to make sure everyone is getting the best item for their playstyle.
The levels are handcrafted, and you can totally see how much effort they put into them. It's time consuming enough that the levels are in 3D, but the fact that they added hidden areas makes the levels so much more enjoyable to play, and you can't help but appreciate the effort they put into it. As of right now, there are 6 different levels to run through, but rest assured, more levels are indeed on their way.
This game has it all. Action, variety, challenge, but one thing we haven't touched on yet is the music. Honestly, I feel like it's the glue that holds it all together. Synthetic soundscapes that fuse the color of the worlds you explore with its science fiction aesthetics. It really pulls you in and seems to make time stand still. This game knows how to rock out too. When you activate the boss teleporter, the atmospheric synth is replaced by a more urgent rush of sounds that really let you know things are about to get serious. The urgency of the boss fight is complemented by the mechanics of the boss ring. If you step out of the Thunderdome, the music fades out as if to say, "You're playing the game wrong, get in the fray!"
It's early access, but it already has so much in it that sometimes you forget that it only released in late March this year of 2019. There's also that thought in the back of everybody's head. It's an indie game, it's early access. Are they really gonna see it through to the end, or will they end up dropping any patches and leaving it the way it is? Lucky for us, Hopoo Games posted what they call the Early Access Forecast. It shows what they're planning to add this year, and I have to say, the forecast looks like a continuous downpour of content.
All in all, Risk of Rain 2 is an awesome co-op game to play with your friends. It is an early access, but has a ton to offer for just $25. If you're looking for something fun to do with your friends and are sick of the same old grind, give it a try. We can't recommend it enough. This is Low Q Gaming. Stay frosty.
And stay crazy.
Stay crazy, stay frosty.